Very well. So this is the front end on which we had worked yesterday. And let me go to the admin as well. That can be very simply done by going to your local WP installation and then finding out the project you are working on and then clicking on WP admin. Otherwise, also you can navigate to WP admin simply by selecting the URL, opening it in a different tab, and adding the suffix wp-admin. And given that you are logged in already, it will take you to your backend. Okay? So in case you forget how to reach here, you can do wp-admin. And this is standard across all WP installations. Even if you deploy it on web, then also you can access by saying /wp admin, the admin panel. Now here, if I go to the pages, I see just the home page, right? Now, on the front end, I don't see any menu items here. So first thing is that I need to bring in the menu item here. We got to understand that menu or any visual element which is there on the front end is an outcome of the definition of those elements within the themes. Okay, within the themes. So let's go back to our brainstorming base and we will understand a little bit about theme, because it can get confusing, and if you have prior understanding of how this works, then it would be easier. So how things visually appear, that means in terms of layout, in terms of colors, the choice of fonts, this is essentially controlled by these three things: the WordPress default settings, the theme you are using, and the page builder you are using. Okay, now we can completely remove these two things out of the equation and your website will still work. The visual appearance can be completely controlled by WordPress default. But then it would require a lot of custom coding sometimes if you want customizations. And in a way, let's say that it is not customization friendly, it is very strict. Okay? So since it is strict and doesn't give us much scope to play with in terms of layouts, we can bring in a theme. Now theme allows us customization options. Now what do we customize? We customize the UI elements, right? Those UI elements should exist before we can customize. So to create those UI elements, we would resort to WordPress default block editor. So for defining those UI elements, we will require an editor, right? So WordPress default has the editor, yes. Theme has editors, but limited. Elementor has editor, yes, and extensive. Fine. So this is how editors plug into the equation, because in order to customize things we would require editor. So theme provides customization options, but Elementor provides extended customization options. In fact, not just customization options, but it also allows you to create templates which can be reused across the website. It allows you to create design systems which will be followed across the website, and many other benefits basically. So this is the benefit of having a page builder. There are other page builders also available, but for our scope, we'll just focus on Elementor, which is industry leading page builder and a good one. Visual appearance has two parts. One is functional, another is aesthetic. For example, if we don't see the menu at all, that's a functional deficit of the visual appearance, right? But if I see this and let's say that it is of the same color as the background, that means it's the aesthetic part or the visual ergonomics part where we are lacking, correct? So we can't see the menu not because the menu is hidden or the menu items are of the same color as the background. So that means it's not the aesthetic part or the visual ergonomics part where we are lacking, right? It's the functional part of the visual appearance we are missing out on. And the functional part of the visual appearance often is caused by the unavailability of the content. So in the background, in the back end, if menu is not there, we can't have that menu in the front end also. So that means we need to go back to our backend WordPress's dashboard and define a menu, right? And menu consists of the pages, it can consist of the posts, and it can consist of categories also. These three things we can have in the menu. Let's go back to the backend and try to build ourselves of a menu. So I have just one page here, right? Let's try to show that here somewhere. Okay. Now, would it make sense to put menu home here, because we already are on the home page and we just have a single page on the website? So clicking on that also will bring us here in itself. So we will not be able to test, right? So what should we do? We should do exactly what you have already done. Add a page, and I'm gonna add it about the brand. Okay. Or I can simplify by saying about us, but let's keep it about the brand. We will not have a lot of options in the menu. So right now I'm not building up the page. I'm just gonna write it, define it, and publish it. That's it. I'm not gonna click on edit with Elementor. Also, we would require a page called shop where people can go and find out products. So it would act as an archive, product archive. So let me publish, go back. So we have two extra pages now. This privacy policy do not go into the primary navigation. We don't show the privacy policy at the top. In the footer, we will include that. We can make as many as menus we require in WordPress and use it wherever we want it. Okay. So first, let's try to build up a menu. The prerequisite is that you should have those pages, and those pages should not be in the draft. For example, here you see privacy policy is in draft mode. That means we will not be able to include this into our menu, which we are going to build. For building the menu, as it is related to the appearance, we can go to the appearance menu and then find out the menus. Okay. So let's click on menus, and that takes us to a page where we can edit our menus and create our menus. So it says create your first menu below. So let's give it a name, and this name will not appear anywhere, but is just for our reference. In case we have multiple menus, we should be able to choose the one we intend to use. Now, Here it says display location should be header, footer. We can leave it unchecked because we will manually define it, right? But since right now the theme is in control, which is the Hello theme, Hello Elementor, and we have not customized the home page using Elementor. The header part and the footer part is non-customizable by using Elementor free version. The free version doesn't allow you to edit the header or the footer. But we have a theme by default which supports header and footer. So we can build the header and footer using the theme. Right now I'm just going to do that, build the header, and later on we will try to use the Elementor Pro version and then build the header and footer custom. And there also we can use the same menu. Okay. So after you create the menu, you will have these options activated where you will see the most recent pages. You can click on view all to see all the pages which are there and published. Then below this you also have options of posts. Custom links can be placed on the menu and the categories can also be placed. Okay. Let's go to the pages and I'm going to add all three of it. But since home, let me just add it and later we will remove that so that you know how to remove that as well. I can simply select all and then say add to the menu and then I can reorder. So if I want about the brand after shop, I can simply drag and drop it like this. I can nest elements also. For example, if I want shop to be nested inside about the brand, I'll simply drag it and then see that's indentation. So I just created a drop down menu. In this case, I want all three of these as top level pages. So I'm simply going to push it to remove the indent and then click on save menu. After saving the menu, the theme should automatically pick it, right? Let's see if it is picking it up or not. If I refresh it, I don't see the menu showing up here. You know why? Because theme is looking for where this menu is going to get displayed. So if I check header and then save the menu, then probably after refreshing I should see the menu there, which now we have, right? So I have home, about the brand and shop. If I click on about the brand, I should get an empty page because we have not built anything in that, right? The same is gonna happen with the shop. Home will take us back to this page. Removing items and adding items are extremely easy. You just simply have to go to the backend and you can simply select items, expand it, remove, save your menu, and in just a couple of clicks you have managed to remove the item. Okay. Since we already have this which takes us back to home no matter where we are, why should we have that additional home button here, right? So this is how the theme menu shows up. Later, if we want to customize the entire header, we can do that using Elementor Pro version. There is a way how we can do that. I'll show you. Okay. So do this much. Have you been able to do this much? Done? Great. So now let's continue to build our home page. Menu we have already built. What other pages shall we have? I think about the brand and shop is good option for the top menu, right? What happened? Cart will automatically be added when we use WooCommerce. And right now we don't have cart, so we can't make a page cart. When we integrate WooCommerce, then the cart will show up. Okay, so before we start with the WooCommerce, I just wanted to show you few more possibilities because I know you guys are very keen on putting animations. I want things to come from here, there, and parallax and all those things. And I have seen you guys spending a lot of time using Framer, right? So let me show you that all those possibilities are here as well. And with full control. Now, if I go to the mobile mod, you will see automatically we get this option. Now, this is coming from theme, right? Now, this misalignment, these small issues can be fixed, not a problem. Okay. So, we'll start building about the brand page. Okay. Uh, So we go to the pages, we go to the about the brand, and notice here it says Elementor. That means this page is already linked with Elementor editor. You just have to do it once. Since we have never edited this page, we don't have that option edit with Elementor showing up. So we can go for edit and then first click on edit with Elementor, and there we have. I don't want it to say about the brand. So I'll go to the page settings and hide the title, publish the page, and we can build it. Okay. So let me go back to the content we had, and I can simply ask for let's say I want this to use as a hero image. Okay, let me ask it to give me a give me content for about the brand page. Great. So we have good amount of content now. Well, I also would like to have a hero image for about the brand. Hmm? Give me a hero image for about the brand page. Aspect ratio should be widescreen, so I'm gonna say 16:9. And by the time it generates about us hero image, let me start using this content to build the page. So I'm going to add a flex box and insert a text editor. Oh, sorry, I have copied the content, have a story. So this will be segregate these. Switching between windows will be easier this way. That's why I did it. Yeah. So we need a header and we need a text editor, right? And we can copy this, paste here, copy this, and paste it here. Great. We can also have a photo along with this, right? So for now, let's give it a background color, and I'll try to match the background color which is there on home. So how do we do that? Shouldn't we just store this color or this particular gradient somehow that it can be used across our website? Let's try doing that. So if you are logged in, you will have this option of edit with Elementor available to you. Let's just click on that. Select this, go to the style, and I see there's this gradient. And if there is a way I can add this gradient to a preset That would be nice. Mm, solid colors can be added, but I think gradient should also be. Nevertheless, if I want exactly the same thing to be there, I can right click, copy things from save as a template we have. But I think this will demand for the pro feature, or you know, we can try doing that. In fact, I'm just skeptic because बाद में जो क्रैक यूज करोगे ना तो फिर दिक्कत हो जाएगी. ट्राई करके देखते हैं लेकिन फिर भी. Let's save it as a template. Now you have cloud templates, don't do that. Don't connect. And I'll call it hero and save this. Yeah. Now we can go here, refresh. First, let me just publish this, refresh, and let's add another section on top. And this time, rather than clicking on the plus sign, we shall click on the folder, go to the template, and we should find that folder we had created, template we had created, right? I can see a preview of it also. This is how it looks. And I can simply click on insert and apply. And we have the entire thing here. Okay? But we never wanted the entire thing actually. So, but it's okay if it is here. I don't want this part, so I'm gonna delete this. I just want our story to go here and this entire content to go here. And then we can get rid of this, publish, and check. Great. I hope our hero image is ready by now. Let me click on it and then see. Okay. So I asked for 16:9 and it gave me exactly that. But I think I don't want this written on top. So let me just edit it. Can you edit images in free version? No. मतलब ये बहुत ही लॉजी वर्क है. I should have done it in Photoshop or any other software, but I don't know why I did it here. But let it happen. By the time we will build other sections. So what makes us different? This section, let's focus on this. So I want it side by side, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this should be the header. So let's find a structure which allows us to do that. Now this structure is fine, right, for putting these 4, but where will we put this? So maybe a different structure, or what if I just duplicate this? Observe what happens if I duplicate it. Places the content sidewise, right? No, this is not gonna work for us. Let's create our custom. So we'll do the flex box and we'll go for a downwards direction flex box, and inside the container place one more container and then duplicate. Because direction is downwards, it is going to create the container below it. We have the container here and we need 4 now, right? So we can go with grids. How many do we want? 4 side by side and 1 column. Done. Proper structure is ready. We can populate it with content. So I'm gonna copy this. Here we need a header. I can place it and change. Now every time I put something here, again I'll have to go back and then change the font to Helvetica and all those things, right? So let's try to fix things across the website. So notice we have H1, H2, H3 and all those things. If I click on this and go to site settings, this is page settings and we are going to site settings. Here we will have a lot of options to define a design system. So I can click on theme style and then say typography, and there I have option of setting up the typography. So color, if not selected, is going to pick the colors by default. Okay. Now our target here is to set up the right size for the H1. So let's go and define the H1. This is H1, right? So if I make any changes to this, it should reflect here. So I'll just pick out a arbitrary size 36, save changes and wait for it to reflect. The moment I close this, it should change given that it is H1 and match it up with these settings. Let me change the weight to 600, save changes, and after you close, let me see. Oh, it's already Helvetica because we had copied it from there and extra layer of customization is added. So, okay. Here, if you go to site settings and then go to global fonts, you could customize those styles. Okay, so primary, let's set it up as Helvetica. Oh, sorry, not this is Helvetica, and we want the normal, and the size seems fine, I think, for the primary. Save. Let's see the secondary. Oh, these are the presets. We'll have to create new ones. And fallback is sans serif. We want sans serif is fine. Actually, we haven't applied any of these, na? Just a second, na? I can see those showing up here, primary and the secondary and all those things, but this should automatically fetch things from here. H1, H2. Guys, please pay attention to this, our mistake. Notice it says HTML tag. Assigning the tag will not change the size if it is coming from the global styles. Right? This is going to be referred in the HTML. Size could be anything, but a different tag can be attached to it. That means further customization has happened on it. Right? Let me just quickly publish this and then try a new section. This is just testing things up. So as per our setting in the global settings for H1, if I create a new H1 and if it has by default Helvetica with 600 weight applied to it, we will understand that those settings are working, correct? Let's try doing that. So we'll just drag the heading and check. This has H2. Let's switch it to H1. Now after switching this to H1, we'll have to confirm whether it is Helvetica 600 or not. So let's go to the styles and click on the typography, not showing up, right? So here we have option of create new global font. Let's do it this way then in that case. So we are going to assign Helvetica and 600 semi bold, and this is H1 and H1 is sized at 48, and after setting all these things we will simply click on plus and then give it a name H1 or heading 1 and then say create. So that heading 1, next time I'll have to create, let me just delete this, and next time I have to create heading 1, all we have to do is go to the style and click on this icon here, default, and I should find that heading 1 here. So you got it? Easy? Okay. So while styling this, we will make sure that those are added to the defaults also. So for this is H2. Let's go to the style and click on this icon, go for Helvetica, and we want this to be 36. Yeah, 36 is fine. 32, and the weight should be, let's go with semi bold for this as well, and then let's click on this and call it heading 2 create. Great. Then we have these, and I want to add those along with an image. For every item we would require an image, so we can go for an image box. The way we had icon box, we also have image box. So images we can replace later, but let me show you the amount of customizations available. First thing first, I'll get rid of this extra padding by selecting this advanced, get rid of the padding, and now let's focus on this. If we go to the style, I have the option of changing the width of the image to 100%. I can work with the height as well, but in this case, since we have already made 100%, you can't have height 0. So let's just delete everything from here. You have border radius, which can make the image slightly rounded. And you have a lot of CSS filters also. If you want the images to be black and white, and if somebody hovers, it should be colorful. Those things can be done here. We will see to those also later. So box, image, and content, and inside content also you have title and you have description. So full level of control that you want. Okay. So I'm gonna create a duplicate of this. I can copy and simply paste here, paste and paste. I need some space at the top, at the bottom as well, and I also want a different background color. The same color I want. How do I do that? I can click on this, go to the style, here, click on this, and then click on this create new global color. And I can call it beige, and create, publish, come back here, let's publish before we refresh. If without publishing we refresh, we will lose out the progress, and we need to fill up that background color on this section. So let's select the background section, go to the style, and then click on this to have a classic background, and then click on this. Rather than clicking here and finding the color manually, we should find that color here listed under the global colors, and we simply have to apply that. Okay, we want some padding also at the top, at the bottom. So I'll first unlink all the values of padding and just add 100 pixels on the top, 100 pixels on the bottom to give it more space. Okay, clear? Let me publish this and let's have a look at this. Looks okay. We need a hero image, so let me add a section and go to ChatGPT to find out. कुछ नहीं किया इसने, यूजलेस.
फोटोशॉप से ही करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ बताओ, मेहनत करवा रहे हैं. देर इज वन ऑनलाइन एडिटर, फोटो पी, पता है तुम लोगों को? सो मैं इसमें बहुत जल्दी काम कर लूँगा. This looks pretty much like Photoshop only, but is free. So I'll use eyedropper to pick the color, Alt backspace to fill that color, पर gradient है पीछे, तो ये मेहनत करा के छोड़ेगा मेरे से. ग्रेडियंट है इसमें. और मेरे पास फोटोशॉप है नहीं. मैजिक वैंड्स नहीं चाहिए मुझे, मुझे चाहिए फोटोशॉप. इंस्टॉल करना पड़ेगा क्या? जेमिनाई. अच्छा मान लो ऐसे चैलेंज ले लें इसको, इसको करेंगे ही करेंगे, तो कैसे करेंगे यहाँ पे? एक काम करें, एक ग्रेडियंट बना लें और फिर ग्रेडियंट डाल देंगे ऐसे करके. नहीं, ग्रेडियंट भी इसमें अलग तरीके से डाला आई थिंक. क्या बोल रहे हैं? ठीक है. हाँ, ये इमेज एडिटिंग तो पढ़ा नहीं रहे हम, अभी मुझे याद आया. पर ऊपर थोड़ा सा मेरे को जगह चाहिए, तो हम एक काम करते हैं, रुको. समझ गए? इसमें भी ऊपर नीचे हो गया, देख. बड़ा परेशान कर रहा है ये. अच्छा रुको, एक और टेक्निक है मेरे पास जिसका कोई इलाज नहीं होगा इसके पास। इसमें वो टूल कैसे आएगा? ट्रांसफॉर्म कंट्रोल शिफ्ट ही होता है? नहीं, क्रोम में हम टैब खुल जा रहा है, कंट्रोल टी। ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन गिज्मो भी नहीं दिख रहा। हाँ ये आया, पर ये क्रॉप है। हाँ ट्रांसफॉर्म कंट्रोल्स यहाँ पे है। अब क्या करेगा बताओ? कितना चाहिए? ना देख, कर लिया ना? परफेक्ट, सही। Let me save this and we have a nice. So I'll add it as a background. Guys, please pay attention. We have two choices. Either we can place an image and then change this image to that. That is one option. I don't want to do that. I would rather add it as a background image so that if some text needs to be put on top, I can still do that. So I'll select this, go to the style, go to the classic background type, click on this, select file and upload it and select. Now by default, the moment you upload something as a background image, that's what you are going to see. And this is also visible only because of the padding applied. If I remove the padding, nothing will be visible. Understand this, understand what's happening. Nothing is visible. Because the concept of divisions in web is that it is not built for backgrounds. It is built for something inside the div. So inside that section, we don't have anything.
ISS को खत्म करते हैं।
Ah. Inside the section, we do not have anything. So we have to have some definition of the section. At least the height of the section should be defined. If you click on this and then check in the style, check in the layout, nothing, the height is not defined here, right? So let's keep the height around 500. Let's keep it that. Now, if you keep it 500, then if the height of the image is not matching up with, either it is going to get cropped or either it is going to show you some empty space. In this case, I think the image is also getting repeated. We don't want that. So there are some settings we can work with. Go to the style and here image resolution is set to full. That is fine. You have other options to choose from also. I'll just let it be full. The position, I want it in the center and center. That means front horizontal center and vertical center चाहिए. हो गया? Then attachment. Do you want it to scroll or stay fixed as you scroll? Those two options are there. By default, it is set to scroll. I'm not gonna change that. Repeat, I don't want any repeat. So if you don't want any repeat, then you will have that extra white left. If you want to cover that, you have to go to the display and then choose cover. Now this way, the image will scale up to cover the empty space and behave very responsibly. Okay? Now, I want to increase the height of it because at the normal view, it's truncating the details. So let's try increasing the height of it. That can be done by going to the layout and I can increase the height to about 700. And now it's showing the image properly. Okay? Notice if I scroll it, the image is scrolling along. A very interesting effect is when you change the attachment to fixed. And in this case, if you scroll, the image is going to stay same. And the framer lover love this kind of gimmicks. Okay? So so you can try this. All right? Now I need to put some content on it. That's very easy to do. The image acts as a background and allows you to add more content. Now, for example, if you say, sir, I want it to be little, faded or a different style. So you have those options here. You can have a background overlay on top of it also. Let's say gradient on top, and you can play around with the opacity of it as well. I'll just show you with a classic color. For example, if I have a beige color on top to fade it out a little, and then I can control the opacity of it. Beautiful, right? I can make it softer, harsher, right? Now, just not the solid colors, but you can also overlay PNG patterns, right? Opens up a whole new range of possibilities to work with. You can play with gradients also on top of it. So I'm just going to fade it a little, make it softer for our purposes. And some more interesting things in the shape divider, you have many beautiful shapes to work with. Okay? So you can have it at the bottom, something like this, at the top, at the bottom also you can have something like this, you know, and a lot of shapes are there. Plus it also allows you to work with some custom shapes. Requires a little bit of additional work, but you can do that, not a problem. So for example, let's say this, like clouds. Okay, you must have seen such kind of layouts. Wondering how to achieve this? It's just one click setting. I remember the days when we had to code 30-40 lines to just get this, but now it has made things much easier. So for example, asymmetric cuts like this, if you want to have, you can have those. Okay, and please fiddle around with these settings to learn more. You have control over the height of it also. Complete. So a very interesting amount of controls it gives you, you know. All right, I'm not gonna use any shape divider, so let me go to the top. And how do I remove it now? So you have invert option also, that's good. Make it look like a book actually. Arrow. So you just have to click back on it to get rid of the thing applied. So clicking back on it is going to remove that. Okay. Maybe I want a top like this. This looks good to me. But it's getting truncated. Look at the top. Hmm? So this is happening because of this setting here. So we can say bring to the front, and that should take care of that. No, it's not taking care of that. Bring to the front. Okay, in that case, if you want this to be visible, we'll have to give it more space. No. cover, no, contain. हाँ. चलो, anyway वो, that's a small concern, can be set with these things, so not a problem. Maybe height से हो जाएगा adjust, so we can adjust that later, not a problem. Let's remove it for now. Focus on the main thing, integration of WooCommerce. Let's quickly add something to it. Maybe the same text which we had, uh, but we'll write it in a different way. About organic wood playtime. Let's write that here. So we will add a heading element and quickly go to the container setting. Make sure that it appears here in the middle of it, and organic wood playtime, and we want it big. Let's make it big, and we can choose Helvetica with 800. With text, you also have blend mode options, which allows you to change the text appearance and let it blend it into the background. So sometimes you can try these as well. Okay?
Attendance डालते हैं सर.
Huh?
Attendance. ब्रेक से वापस आ रहे हैं.
Attendance कर लो register. ऊपर भी चाहिए. हाँ, सो जब प्रो वर्जन हम स्टार्ट करेंगे तो फिर आई शो यू. यहाँ पे भी तुम कर सकते हो अगर चाहिए तो. सो यू कैन सेलेक्ट दिस, गो टू द एडवांस, एंड यहाँ जो मार्जिन है ना उसमें नेगेटिव मार्जिन टॉप में सेट कर सकते हो. सो -100 अगर कर दे तो वो ऊपर तक चला जाएगा, लेकिन नोटिस करो कि वो हेडर को खा गया. पर कोई बात नहीं, हम यहाँ पे ना एक सेटिंग होती है जेड इंडेक्स. जेड इंडेक्स को हमें नीचे भेजना है. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है, माइनस में जेड इंडेक्स शायद सेट ना हो. ये देखो माइनस में नहीं हो रहा ना. अगर जेड इंडेक्स में माइनस में सेट करने की कोशिश करूँ तो ये लेगा ही नहीं वैल्यू. तो जो हेडर है ना उसकी जेड इंडेक्स को ऊपर करना पड़ेगा हमको. तो इस वजह से यहाँ से हम नहीं करते हैं ये चीज़, वो हम अलग तरीके से करेंगे. सो यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ टेक्स्ट भी ऐड कर दिया, और दिस इज हाउ इट इज लुकिंग नाउ. Maybe the text should be here or somewhere else, or rather than adding the text simply by putting on it, we can probably think of creating a box or something, a faded box. So if we want that, we should include a container here, and then push these two inside the container, so that container can be given a background color. Let's something like this. and maybe we can restrict it to only uh, 50% of the width, right? And change the text to white if need be. This is also looking nice, by the way. For some reason I like it, the color combo. And then you have full control over the border radius and other things. We can go to the style in the border. We can just focus on right and bottom and make it 100 to get something like this, right? Some drop shadow can be added. With a very soft blur, and just to give it a little, elevation. You can change from outline to inset also, to make it appear as if it is embossed or punched into the surface, but in this case I would rather go with the outline, which sort of places it on top. Okay, now this is white space in between. Let's find out why this is showing up. So let's click on this, go to the advanced, and I see that there is a top margin of 50 applied to it. All we need to do is remove that and publish. Excellent. Okay, now this white color is not looking nice, and also I see some extra padding to it. I'm gonna get rid of the padding first, and then let's try a different color for the typography over the red background. So I am going to use maybe the gray is not looking nice. It has to be in the same parity, no? Just a little bit of tint of the same background can probably work. So just a little bit, not much. White is gray will dull it, and we could have saved it as a preset also. Okay, so let's publish it and now move on to checking it finally. I am going to copy this. You can go to the incognito mod and paste it and see that we have the home page and we have the about the brand page also set up. Here we can add more content, definitely. So let's try building the shop page. And like earlier I had said, for creating the shop page, you will have to activate WooCommerce, right? And learn how to create products. So now we need to go to the plugins, install plugins, and Elementor is saying that there is a new version. I don't want to update right away. Let's activate WooCommerce. and it is saying set up my store. You can follow along and then get the thing done as well. I would just skip the guided setup, and here it says India, Tamil Nadu. I'll just let it be Tamil Nadu. Go to my store. So after you activate WooCommerce, it will have this extra menu which has sub menus to it. And then you will also notice a lot of other options being added in your website backend, which is products, payments, analytics, marketing. So this entire thing is coming from WooCommerce. It will also give you a very, very clear and crisp onboarding, which says, welcome to my shop demo. Follow these steps to start selling quickly. 0 out of 5 complete. So first thing is you got to add your products, choose the theme, set up payment, collect sales tax, and then launch your store. You can go through these things as additional reads, and then you also have total sales and orders. So here I see that there is an option called preview store. Let's click on that. I'm gonna control click on that to open that up on a separate page. And I see that it says home slash shop, no products were found matching your selection. And that's what we have. We have not defined any product. So how will we see any product? We go to orders, and then we have learned more about orders, and there are some additional products which they are trying to sell us. Then we have customers, shows the people who have bought things from us. Then we have coupons which we can give as discount, as additional customization options provided to the customer. And the moment you go to the coupon, notice that things change here and you are automatically transited to the marketing tab. So this place essentially has everything which you will find here, but this is easier to navigate. So I'm going to go to the products since it requires me to add products. Before we do so, we have to set up. So what products do you want to add? I want to add physical products. I also have variable products and grouped products. View more product types. You have digital product and you have external product. Okay. So let's go through it one by one. And this is very important because it will help us further categorize the product. The first option is physical products, and it is the simplest one, that you have some tangible product in your inventory and you want to sell it. So that can be there. The e-commerce website not only allows you to simply sell the products but rather also manage the inventory. How many do you have? So you cannot just put up a product and then forget about it. What if it goes out of stock? How the stock is going to be managed? How the SKUs, stock keeping units, are going to be managed? You may have one t-shirt in 3 colors. How will that be managed? So the whole purpose of this activity we are doing is to understand what goes behind the scene, right? Then you will be able to better develop the website or generate the even the the aesthetic part of the website, right? Then comes variable product. The second product I already explained, a product with variations in it. You have grouped products also. For example, you want to sell a style, that means a t-shirt along with a pant and matching belts, shoes. So those come under grouped projects. Then you have digital products. That means something which can be downloaded and doesn't require shipping. Softwares, music albums, artworks, right? Then you have external product. a product which you are not directly selling, but you are just using your website to promote that as an affiliate, maybe, or as a partner. And if somebody clicks on that, it takes you to the external website. Or if there is a connection between your site and their site, they can place an order directly from your website, but it will be delivered by them. So that's external product. You also have print on demand products. That means there is an artwork, let's say coffee mug, and you don't have it in the inventory, but based on the user's order, you will customize it and then send it. So that option is also there. I would advise you to explore all of these. You never know that you may end up creating a small shop and start selling things, right? So I'm gonna just go with the most used one, which is physical project, and it says define the name of the product. So let me just switch back to the product we have here, and this product is wooden safari animal set. Then we require the product description. I have it already written here, short description and a long description. I'm gonna copy both and post it here. I also have an option of short description somewhere. Uh, yeah, so product short description is here. So I'm going to copy it from here. And also, we should not write long description here, just the description. Paste, remove the short description. Somehow ChatGPT was aware of how product listings are done. So it gave us things. Then we have key features. Let me copy this and it will be part of the long description. Then I have age group and all those settings. Here you have all those options. Product data should be maintained as a simple product. You could change it to group product, external affiliate product, or variable product. If you tick on downloadable, that is going to make it a digital product. Okay. You also have an additional option of virtual. I have to yet explore it. I haven't saw this option so far. Regular price. How much price for the product one? 14,500 rupees. सस्ता काम नहीं करते हम. ठीक है. And then sale price is, I'm going to offer a discount on it. So sale price मेरा रहेगा 8,500 रुपया. अच्छा. नेक्स्ट इज इन्वेंट्री. लेट्स क्लिक ऑन दैट. SKU. अगर समझ में नहीं आ रहा ये क्या है तो सिंपली इसके ऊपर हॉवर करो. स्टॉक कीपिंग यूनिट, इस पे हॉवर करो और बताएगा. स्टॉक कीपिंग SKU refers to the stock keeping unit, a unique identifier for each distinct product and service that can be purchased. Got it? So SKU में कितने नंबर है हमारे पास. सो हम यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं भाई हमारे पास जो बहुत लिमिटेड मतलब 15 है. Stock management, track stock quantity for this product. Yes, I would want. And oh, wait a second. No, quantity should be here and this name can be given here. Yeah. Low stock threshold, store wide threshold 2. Let's make it 4. When the stock reaches 4, that means if I have sold 11 items from the stock of 15 items, I will be reminded by getting an email that restock or think क्या करना है. Acha, I can limit purchase to one item per product also, so that people can't just, you know, buy it in bulk and then start selling themselves. So I can limit purchase to one item per order. I'll do that. Now, this may be due to the shipping constraints or some ill intentions of the competition. Then comes shipping. You have to define the weight, dimension, and shipping class. I think weight and dimension was there. Material 6 to 10 centimeter in height depending on animal है. So पूरे का पूरा जो पैकेज होगा ना उसका वेट मान लो 3.5 kg रहेगा. 3 kg लिख दो. लेंथ सेंटीमीटर्स में है, कितना होना चाहिए? 20/40/20. No shipping class. You can define shipping class later. Right now let it be no shipping class. Linked product, no. I can upsell and cross sell product also along with it. That means every time somebody buys this product they will be shown these products along with that, and you can search for other products and add here. Right now we don't have any products, so it will not result in anything. Then we have attributes. Add descriptive pieces of information that customers can. What are you guys discussing back there? यहां तक हो गया तुम लोगों का? तो फिर then you have new attributes which you can add, such as length, width, height, color, or anything else which is required for the products to be described to the customers very, very clearly. You can look at the advanced options also, that includes a purchase note, a menu order, and you can enable or disable reviews on this. Followed by get more options, that requires you to purchase some additional plugins, add-ons, which is going to extend the features of the product page. Now after this we need to add the images, correct? Let me go back and then quickly download the image we have, and we have just one single image, right? So I can ask ChatGPT to give me more variations, right? So give me more variations of the single toy. Let's see what do we get. By the time it generates it, we'll go ahead with this one single image. Let me download it. And here I can add product gallery images, and then we have option of set product image. Setting the product image will be the image which will be visible by default, and then you can add more images in the gallery. So I'm going to set this. We have to go to the upload files, select files, and why is it not showing up? क्या हो गया इसको? इसको बुरा लग गया क्या? ये गायब ही है. मुझे याद ही बनी है अभी. एक बार रिफ्रेश करके देखते हैं. भूल गया हो शायद. हाँ अभी खुल गया ये। ठीक है, सेलेक्ट फाइल, अपलोड, set product image. We will add more when we have, or let's quickly see अच्छा ये बना ही रहा अभी। I asked it to generate one single toy from multiple angles. It's doing so and it did it. Beautiful. Same for other toys. जिराफ का करना है, जिराफ, जिराफ मेरे को बहुत पसंद है। I like color and the overall character of giraffe. So product gallery में तब तक वो ऐड कर देते हैं लाइन को। अगर सच में ऐसा बना ले तो we can actually sell these, right? And I'm very sure there are craftsmen now who can build this very fast. मशीन्स जिस तरह के हैं अभी हमारे यहाँ पे बन जाएंगे अगर चाहें तो। ये जनरेट कर रहा है, इसको मैं ऐड कर देता हूँ तब तक, फिर बाद में भी देख लेंगे ना कि हम एडिट कर सकते हैं कि नहीं कर सकते। सो इफ यू पब्लिश इट द प्रोडक्ट विल बी एडेड। यू कैन क्लिक ऑन ऑल प्रोडक्ट्स and then you can find out the listings. You have one product, 15 units in stock, price is 8,500 and is not categorized. We will look at the categories and tags tomorrow. I think for today enough complexity is there. Okay, now if I go to WooCommerce and click on preview store, I should find that. Also I see that add your product is now ticked off. It says choose your theme. I'm not gonna choose my theme, I'm going to build it myself. So my shop is there, correct? I can sort products also. I can click on this and it takes me to right. I can click on this, add it to the cart, view cart, proceed to checkout, add coupons. So store is ready. Yeah. Now hereafter the customizations, how do you want it to look and everything, right? So far so good. Another thing is, how do I bring my products on the shop page? It's already done. It already recognized that shop page. This was the reason why the page was written shop. It already knows. Okay. It also gave me the breadcrumb here, home, shop. Okay. And we can navigate via that breadcrumb as well. If you go to about the brand, you don't have that breadcrumb, right? But if you go to the shop, this is WooCommerce's feature that it adds that breadcrumb. This entire thing is generated by WooCommerce. If I add another product, I'll see another product side by side. Okay. Now for the customization, what if I want this entire thing to be customized? I want this corner to be a little rounded. See, we don't have an option of, uh, we have this customization option, but it will be through the theme. So let's try doing that. Let's click on customize. Whenever you see this sidebar coming up here, that means it is provided by the theme, and you can also see the name of the theme, Hello Elementor. The theme will have separate customization options. Remember this. So these two have very limited, have but limited. This has yes and extensive, and has templates, has design systems. Correct? That's why we are doing this. Let's go back. So here I see this theme in particular has the WooCommerce section. A lot of themes will not probably have the WooCommerce section. So you go to the WooCommerce and then check the options you have. So you have store notice, product catalog, product image, and checkout. Let's go to the product image and notice here I have main image width set to 600. Let's try to resize it to 400, and let's try to resize it to 200. Now whatever we are doing, it's not changing much here, right? So that means probably it's not impacting the way it is visible here. Then we have 1:1 thumbnail cropping. We can go for custom thumbnail cropping, which results here very quickly. That's fine. And probably this is about the size of the quality, basically, not the dimension. The quality can be stretched to a certain dimension. So even if you have less number of pixels, it can be stretched on web, but results in a poor image quality, basically. But if you go for high quality images in the thumbnail while you are loading so many thumbnails, your performance will drop. So keeping that in mind, it gives you various options. I'm gonna go with thumbnail cropping 1:1 only. And then, in fact, I don't want any customizations from this. I'll simply close this, and we will try to build up our own sort of thing. Uh, if you click on choose your theme, it's gonna take you to the block themes, and then you can choose a particular theme from the appearance theme. Now these themes are primarily for WooCommerce. That's all it is doing. If you click on choose your theme, the WooCommerce will guide you to the themes which are suitable for WooCommerce. That's all it is going to do, and I don't want that. What we want instead is trying to build our own custom shop and place our content on that. Now if you go to the pages, you will find many other options showing up. You have never built these pages. Did you build a cart page? No. Have you built a checkout page? No. Have you built a my account page? No. Then why these options are showing up? Because we have started a WooCommerce site. You also have a refund and return policy now, which is in the draft mode, right? You also have a shop page here. The shop page which we had has been assigned the shop page automatically. Let's go to settings and notice, if you remember in the last class, I had said that we will come back to this option. I don't know how many of you have remember this. We have added roles. We have shop manager, we have customer, and these options already existed. Administrator, editor, author, contributor, and subscriber existed previously, but now we have two more roles. One is shop manager, another is customer. Now I want people to be able to register to my website, so I'm gonna say anyone can register, and whoever registers will come as a customer. I'm gonna save the changes. You can find these under the settings. And now let's just go to our website and refresh the page. We don't see any option of registering here right now. The menu has limited options, right? So let's go back to the appearance and menus. We might have some more pages, right? So do we need to add cart to the main heading? No. Do we want to add checkout to the main heading? No, because not everybody who comes to our website would want to go to the cart. Makes no sense, right? The same goes for checkout also. People may come to our website just to browse the product. Only when they add to the cart, that option should show up, correct? But the my account, yes, definitely that should show. So let's click on my account and add it to the menu, and then save menu. Go back to the shop, refresh. I have my account showing up now. If I click on it, let's see what happens. Now, the moment I clicked on my account, it takes me to my account, which gives me access to many pages: dashboard, orders, downloads, addresses, account details, logout, and it says, "Hello Rajiv, not Rajiv, logout." From your account dashboard, you can view recent orders, manage your shipping and billing addresses, and edit your password and account details. Great. So that means a skeleton of what needs to be built is already with us. And there I leave the second lecture. Achieve this much, and thereafter we will continue customizing this entire shop. Okay? If I keep on going, it will be very complex for you guys. This much you have done. आगे बढ़े या you want to explore first? At least do one thing. The way you had created about page, at least have 8 to about 8 items, 7 to 8 items in the products. Do that first. Okay? Generate or whatever, 7 to 8 items in the products you should have. Do that, and then we will move ahead with the customization. Okay? All right.